the glamorous world of travel. It's laundry day. Well, it's laundry this morning. This is going to be a strange vlog. I'm going to do very little editing, or tweaking, shall we say. So many of these laundromats are working on card only, but this one's just cash. So now I have $20 worth of quarters. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit, I don't know, a little feisty today. It's raining. I'm like one cup of coffee into the day. It's dreary outside. I'm in Anchorage, Alaska, and I'm heading up to Denali today, which is exciting, but I don't know, I'm a little cranky. Just doing my laundry up the way, and I think I'm going to record this entire day on the phone. Then again, I never know how these days are going to unfold. It's laundry day so far. I'm cranky, and I think I have a toothache. This should be an interesting vlog. So I went to the grocery store the other day, and I picked up this for breakfast. This should be an experience. Actually, not as bad as I assumed it would be. Check in with me later, though. So I made soup last night. I'm trying to figure out how to clean the pan. The pan is actually bigger than the sink. I'm already wondering whether this is going to be an interesting vlog, and I'm only like a couple of minutes in. Again, it's not an exciting day. I'm here in Anchorage. First of all, let me add a little bit of interest here. I kind of feel like I'm in Europe. This little tiny if you haven't tried an Airbnb before, especially in Alaska, in my opinion, if you're in Anchorage, this is a really good place to stay. If you're by yourself, a little off the grid. We're not downtown. We're a little out of the way. I have a car. But it takes me like 15 minutes to get into the town. There's a Fred Meyer's around the corner. There's a laundry down the way. It's a small place. Murphy bed. This is kind of a custom little pull out. You set the table up here. There's a thing that folds out. Two little benches, little seats. You know why I like this place? I read the description. I don't think I even noticed this when I booked it. They're kind of turning this house around. This house has been here. It's been a long time since this what did they say now in the description? I can't remember exactly. Over 50 years old, maybe 60. Hold on, let me look at the note that I screenshotted. Hold on a second. Okay, here's the deal. They're renovating from the inside out. This home was here since before Alaska became a state, which is like pretty cool. And I said at the very beginning when I started this challenge of traveling to all 50 states in a year, that I would love to interview one person in each state. We all realize that's not going to happen now, but that might be phase 2. I may do this again next year. I may travel around the country again, interviewing small town America or entrepreneurs, artists, people who are making a difference. And people like this, you know, they're working slowly. They say they're working from the inside out. Don't judge the place from the outside, because once you come in here, it's just they've done a really cool job here. I feel like I'm in Austria or something, or Switzerland. And you know, it's back in my backpacking days. I mean, what do you need? You need a small space, and it's clean, and it's modern, and it's like cool floor and all that kind of stuff. Just go outside real quick. This is the outside. I'm sure it's magical here in the wintertime, actually. Nice big backyard. It's cold outside. That's it. I'm going down. Now I have to dry the laundry, so I'll see you down the hill. I've been trying to journal every day in this book right here. Just a simple 1-page observation in the morning. Also been keeping track. There's a place in the bottom for the weather. And it's been kind of nice since I started this thing. I think the average temperature has been like 55 degrees or a little less. which is nice because Florida, it's like 137. But just a quick observation, this table with the thing down, I journaled that it seems like the table is half the size of my journal. And the pot that I had to clean in this sink was actually larger than the sink itself. This prepares me for van life, if you would. If van life is something I'm gonna do. Like I said, I rented a Class C. I'm looking to rent a Class B, something really small. And also gotta trim down the camera gear, I think. I have two major camera bodies, the A7S III and the Fuji X-T4, which I have a series of lenses for each camera. It's way too much stuff to be carrying. I could do most of my vlogging with this thing here, or the iPhone. And I need one camera and two lenses max. So I'm gonna trim that down on the next trip. Note to self. And by the way, I'm not bitching, I'm just observing, but you know, and I'm 5'9". Don't we think the head to shower head ratio here is a little off?
Alright, so obviously I'm going to be doing a lot of editing on this, but what I won't be doing is a lot of fancy B-roll, music, and stock footage of Alaska.
So I'm almost ready to leave this place here. I'm gonna put a link to it below. I highly recommend it. And here's one thing I want to talk about too, just briefly. This session that I'm doing, this challenge I've given myself to hit all 50 states in 1 year. I've given myself the low bar metric of only being in a place for 36 hours, which is technically one night with a couple of long days. In reality, I recommend staying anywhere that you travel for 2 nights minimum, if you can. This coming from somebody who used to backpack Europe and see as much as he could. In fact, 1 year I stayed in Venice. I was in Venice for 4 hours. Again, I'm gonna give this place a great review for a couple of reasons. One, it was clean, it was neat, it's very cute. It reminds me of something I'd see in Europe somewhere. And it's quiet here. The host was fantastic to deal with as far as communicating. Seeing Alaska, hear how peaceful it is out here. You can hear the road traffic over there, but it's very peaceful. There's a little bench here to watch, I guess, a sunset or sunrise, if the sky didn't look the way it did. Anyway, thank you so much for this place here. Again, link below for the place. And, you know, I like supporting small businesses as opposed to corporations that own large amounts of Airbnbs. This is somebody who's trying to take a property and turn it into something and offer a nice little service and a nice little safe, cute space to habitate for a couple of days. And I couldn't recommend it enough. Thank you. All right, it's time to pack up and get out of here. So just before I show you this, I was round the corner and saw this view for the first time and got pretty emotional, man. Wow. I don't know if I've ever graded a scenic road before. I'm on this stretch now. I gotta be honest with you, I rounded the corner on one of these turns and saw the mountain range that Mount Denali's on and all the other mountains, and I was brought to tears. It was so freaking gorgeous. However, as somebody that just wants to stop and look at this beautiful mountain range, it's almost as if they're like hiding it from us. This is like all these trees. There's nowhere to pull off.
I give it an F minus for accessibility. I mean, is there something I don't know about here? Is there like another road I could be on? I don't know. Text in, let us know. I just want to stop and photograph the mountains. Is that too much to ask? So, I tried GoProing out the window a little bit, but again, I'm speechless here. I'm in one of the most amazing mountainous wildernesses I've ever been in. I mean, I'm gonna get out of the car now and not say anything, but I feel like standing on top of the roof of my car and screaming. It's just so beautiful. I'm gonna try to pinch in a little bit and just really do a 360, because literally, as I look around, I'm surrounded by mountains. So I have to zoom in a little bit because we're a little far away from them, but we're like at this plateau that has a total surrounding of mountains. I'm about maybe 20 minutes away from the park entrance, maybe 30 minutes away from my hotel. But check this out. Call that a minute of mountains. So I'm about 4 miles away from my hotel, and I think it's a couple miles away from the entrance of the park, and a moose about 50 yards ahead of me just across the road. Of course, everybody's flying by me. I'm gonna see if we can see him over here. Let me tell you something. This was a big moose. And had he come over and run into my car, he'd had some explaining to do. Well, let's hope he's one of many. And also, I've been shooting I wasn't shooting video this time. I was shooting a hyperlapse with the old GoPro, or with the action cam off the front. I'll have to try to scroll through that slowly and see if I can, capture a frame of him. A moose! Alright, there's another one. Check him out. So that's pretty cool. So far, Denali moose count, 3. Except for the noise of my running car, there's nothing out here. It is really quiet. I'm in Denali National Park, and just driving through, it's the visitor center is closed. The buses are running. There's a few cars, but It's really quiet. It's like off season. As it gets mauled by a moose or a bear. Yeah, it's gorgeous out, isn't it? Perfect time of day. Clouds. Loving life. Sometimes you look through the lens, you know, and you underexpose a little bit. And I'm shooting with my Fuji in Velvia Vivid, I believe. And the lighting's just starting to dip down and things are warming up a little bit. But I took a photo that I thought was a nice composition, and then I looked at it on the screen and I was like, oh my God, look at that color. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it sometimes the camera sees things that you don't see. And it makes it's an average scene, I don't know, something more than it really is. I wasn't experiencing a really good vibe as I was driving around. I was like, I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe it's just a long drive. But now I'm excited because the light's going down a little bit. The park's slow. I don't know if we're going to see any animals be on the moose that I already saw on the way in, but yeah, I'm pretty excited now. So I'm going to drive through here, and I might pop in from time to time. Who knows? This hasn't been much of a vlog, but I hope to end this video with excessive car beeping. No, with some images. Hold on a second. Does it stop if I stop? No. I just had to stop here. It's one of these many pull-offs here. So, first of all, my head looks huge in this camera. Land of the Midnight Sun. I gotta tell you, this is pretty cool. I was just in the park and then kind of rushed out of there at some point because I knew the restaurant at the hotel closed, or the cabins closed at 9. So had a bowl of soup, some halibut Caesar, and then I realized it doesn't get dark, or the sun doesn't set essentially until 11:30. So now I'm out exploring, and I'm realizing how amazing the light is and how awesome it is to be out and looking for things and photographing at 11:30 at night. Anyway, that might be it for today. I think I'll just close this thing out now and maybe share some images that I took at the very end of this. So, first ever 100% iPhone vlog in 60p, 60 frames a second. I may throw some DJI dashboard stuff in there as well, but that's about it. So no editing, no music, except for this ending. So enjoy. I'll see you tomorrow. Gonna explore a little bit more of Denali National Park tomorrow. Enjoy the images, and as always, more Novice later. And thanks for being here.
Run away with me. To run away with me. Don't tell your friends. We'll let them know we're safe later on. The road is calling, sun on our skin, sleeping under stars when it's gone. I was just calling to see if you're free.